And it's just not that simple, not that easy. There's so many other steps you have to do. And that's why we make sure that education is a big component when it comes to the BIPOC and Black women community. Because not only do we want to educate our business owners, but we also want to educate the consumers.
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond.
Wouldn't you like to be a guest on Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham? Well, the link is in the show notes.
And now, here's your host, Blair Durham.
Greetings.
Stay locked in. Blair Durham.
Welcome to this 142nd edition of Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham. Very excited to share with you all. Today's show is sponsored by Milestone Mental Health Agency, as well as Apex Financial Group and the COO team. Also grateful to our sponsors at Truist. We are excited this week. We are focused on women and equality. Everything that we do is about entrepreneurship and building wealth. So today is certainly no exception. Joining me now is Tanya Battle. She is a wealth advisor with Truist Bank. She and her team work to provide exceptional personalized service to their clients as well as those families. With more than 28 years of financial services experience, she's learned the value of truly listening to her clients, providing them with the solutions that they need in order to help them achieve their financial goals. She maintains her Series 7 as well as her Series 66 securities registrations, as well as life and health insurance. I'm so excited to have you today, Tanya. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much, Blair. And hello to your audience out there. This is such a pleasure.
Yeah, no, pleasure's all mine. I wanted to share more kind of there, a lot of the work that you've done and the boards that you serve on and so forth. I think some of that will come out as we start to have a conversation. So our focus today is around this women and equality piece. Tomorrow is going to mark the anniversary of women actually achieving their right to vote. And of course, our angle is economics, and just so thought it would be pertinent to have a conversation with you, especially in light of the upcoming event. And so I thank you for being here. So tell us about your role with Truist and how long you've been in that role.
So yes, as you stated, my title is Wealth Advisor, but I'm really a relationship manager. So in that role, I'm an advocate for my clients. I work with high net worth individuals and their families. And I've actually been at Truist now for 10 years, but in this particular role as a wealth advisor for a little over 6. And as you alluded to in the beginning, actually, it's about 29 years, almost 30 years of experience in financial services. So I love what I do. And it's just a pleasure working with folks, their families, and then also the community. So you and I connected on some of the work that I do outside of my main job at the bank. I also do a lot in the community as it relates to financial wellness and working with nonprofits.
Awesome. So women in leadership roles really continue to be on the rise, and a lot of corporate environments include strengthening women in leadership as a core and a best practice. How is this leveling the playing field, and what new opportunities can women now enjoy?
Well, I would say that we are definitely breaking that glass ceiling, if you will. We're now entering the ranks of CEO and senior executives. I have seen that over my career. I would say that in my almost 30 years in financial services, I met one female bank president, and that was in Richmond, Virginia. We have more now, and definitely more who are leading the way more than ever before. But as you know, Blair, there still aren't as many as we would like to see in the industry, or just in corporate America in general. But I would say that we have data now, and this data has actually pointed out some of those disparities. And now companies are actually taking a closer look internally, and it's helping them to make some changes. And the changes that they're making, it's actually helping to provide more opportunities for women to take the lead, more opportunities for women to move up in ranks, And I'd say it's really just about leveling the playing field to provide the opportunities for advancement. Women, we're not asking for anything more than anybody else. We're not asking for preferential treatment. We're just asking that we're looked at just like men, and we're being given those same opportunities to display our talents. And so I think when these corporations start to implement these practices and developing women and supporting them, they'll see the positive effects that it has on the corporate culture and the growth of their organizations.
That's such a good point you raise, because a lot of times that's what comes up is, they want special treatment. And that refers to any kind of protected class of individuals. But the recognition that when we diversify our talent, it actually benefits the organization as a whole. Certainly it's, that's true as it relates to gender. It's true as it relates to race. So I appreciate you kind of bringing that point out.
Yes.
Women may find building banking relationships daunting. They may even deal with some discrimination in that process, and it may discourage them from really accessing these all-important relationships. What is the importance of establishing a banking relationship, and what advice would you give on starting one?
Well, I'm actually glad that you asked this particular question, because I often speak about developing a relationship with your local banker. We kind of have to go back to the basics. When I started, everybody knew their local banker. People would come in on a daily basis to the bank. It was kind of like the hub of the neighborhood. But I think that people need to realize bankers they're like key drivers of small business in the small business community. And especially when you have a relationship with a branch manager, they're like that connection to every single area of the bank. I don't think that people realize that, but your branch manager, they have a wealth of knowledge and connections. And they're the perfect connector, especially for women. So some of these bankers on a local level, they're able to make decisions themselves. And if they are not able to make those decisions when they're helping, when it comes to lending and opening new accounts, they know the right partner to bring in to help you. So that's why it's very important, because they can be an advocate for you, and they can help to push back if an unfavorable decision is to come in, because they know who you are. They know your story, and they know how to explain it. So they know the why and the how. And if you do not have a relationship with the local banker, I would suggest for all of your listeners out there to go ahead and schedule an appointment. Go in and sit down, meet with your branch manager or that small business banker. Talk to them, let them get to know you and your story. And I guarantee you that's something that you will never forget, because you'll come out of there with, as I always say, a wealth of knowledge. Knowledge is power. So if you don't know what your bank has to offer, you don't know where to start and sometimes get that help that you need.
Yeah, great point. I often think about the impact of COVID-19 on businesses, women-owned businesses, and how critical the banking relationship was when the pandemic first hit, and how it kind of continues to be pivotal for business owners. And talking with our members that had banking relationships, they were able to get that PPP knocked out in a matter of minutes, and those that didn't, they really scrambled, and a lot of them did not access PPP at all. First draw, second draw, One of the things that I've become passionate about as well.
Exactly. And another recommendation I would make, Blair, is for your listeners to become a member. Of your organization, Black Brand. I want to say congratulations on all that you are doing. I watch you on your social media. I know I'm not in the Tidewater area, but we have a lot of connections, especially Mr. Mark Johnson from Truist, our CRA Community Development Manager. And I know he does a lot, and he partners with you, and we're able to support you and all that you're doing. So congratulations to you, and thank you for what you're doing for the small business community, especially for minority small business owners. Yes, I'd like to say that I think it's important for your listeners to know that connecting with an organization like Black brand, or their local Chamber of Commerce, or the Metropolitan Business League, which I'm actually on the board. These organizations provide so many benefits to their members. They help you with connections. They help you with educational opportunities, grants, and exposure. And all of those things were highlighted during the financial crisis that we just experienced from the pandemic. But I think a lot of the members were able to benefit by being connected to these organizations because they had the access to money to provide grants. They had the access to corporate partners. And a lot of our members, I know through the Metropolitan Business League and some of your members, were definitely able to thrive even in the midst of COVID-19. And then there were new businesses that were created during the pandemic. So I think it's very important to align yourself with the right organization that's going to benefit you.
Yeah, two things I've been saying as of late is one, there's never been a better time to be a business owner because there's so many programs that provide support. But by the same token, there's never been a better time to be connected to a Chamber of Commerce for all of the reasons that you just enumerated, or, a business association that has that power and those connections. So let's go on. Thinking about a recent report by Forbes, and this is kind of mind-blowing, right? Mind-boggling. Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs. And you think, yay, kudos to Black women. But only 3% of those that are actually starting businesses go on to actually develop and operate mature businesses. So we're talking about a lot of solopreneurs and a lot of drop off once the business gets to a certain point. What do you believe accounts for this? And what can be done to improve outcomes for Black women entrepreneurs?
And that was great that you highlighted that article because I actually read that as well. There are many factors that go into why Black women's businesses do not make it to that 5-year mark. That 5-year mark is what signals success for a lot of businesses. If they get to that point, they're usually going to make it. Some of the things that I've come across just in all that I've done as far as in the community and working with small business owners is the access to capital. That has kind of been like the number one, if you speak with any of the small business owners, women, minority women, small business owners, just as in general, having that access to capital has definitely been a challenge. And I go back to that saying, it takes money to make money. I know we all have heard that growing up, and it's true. All businesses need working capital. So if you're not, able to save enough, you at least have to have access to a line of credit, which we know for a lot of minority businesses, that is a problem. And so if you're not able to sustain through the ebbs and flows of your business, that's going to be one thing that's going to be a definite challenge for you. And so that's going to go back to me saying, having that relationship with your banker, that advocate for you, so that they can help you to establish a line of credit. And sometimes it's just, you start out small, and as your business grows, you can continue to grow that line and continue to reserve cash. So that's been number one. I'd say number two is marketing your business to bring awareness to it, to continue to provide that growth. So we have an explosion now of social media. So everyone's able to get on there, and for the most part, they can do some marketing for free. But as your business matures and it continues to grow, you're going to want to invest in targeted social media. So there's Google platforms and some others, and that's where organizations like yours will be able to help those small business owners to know, okay, how do I pivot? And what is the next step in my evolution of marketing my business? And then a third one, my husband is a small business owner, and he used to say this to me a lot in the very beginning. He said, you have to treat your business as a business. And, what he meant by that is making sure that you keep your books in order, hire a bookkeeper, make sure you're paying your taxes. A lot of small businesses, they go out of business because they end up in trouble with the IRS. And so you want to make sure that is something that you never get yourself in that kind of situation, because it's like never ending. But these are just some of the things that, I've seen over the years.
Yeah, I agree. And I've got limited experience, right, relative to the breadth of experience that you bring to the table. Some of those pieces, though, are just really, really, really critical, especially when it comes to operating a business like a business, treating it like a business, knowing what that means. We talk often about maintaining those business advisory relationships and so forth. Because, wow, being able to contact the CPA, having that partner on speed dial is so critical. So I appreciate what you said there. I know you want to talk a bit about the role of a financial advisor for the business owner, and I definitely want to give an opportunity for that too.
Oh, yes, of course, being a wealth advisor, I would not be a great wealth advisor if I did not bring that up in this conversation. It's vitally important for all business owners, all individuals, whether you're a business owner or not, to work with a financial advisor. You get to a point where you need to figure out where you are financially and then where you're trying to go, creating that plan. And so they can help you to create a financial plan. And that's something that's like a roadmap. So as you're building your business, this is something that I always talk to small business owners about. As you're building that business and you're seeing that growth in your business, don't forget about the personal side. Everyone is working so hard to build a business and it's doing wonderful. And then you look on the personal side and they don't have a plan. They don't know what to do with the money that they're making, so they're spending it. They're not saving for their future. They're not creating what we always talk about, that generational wealth. And of course, that's a topic for another discussion, but make sure that is definitely part of your business plan to take care of the personal side and always have your estate documents in order. So meet with an estate attorney, set up a will. And in some instances, you're actually going to need a trust. Have that power of attorney and your medical director. That's a baseline for anything that you're going to do in your professional life. You should always have those documents in place no matter what. And then you can just continue to evolve from there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Blair. And thank you to your audience for listening. I look forward to the forum and I look forward to having another conversation with you in the near future. Take care.
As do I. Thank you.
Hey, this is Seiko, DJ Seiko Varner, the producer of this podcast. So when I'm not producing podcasts, I'm actually DJing wedding receptions, corporate events, proms, other formals, and I would love to take care of your special event. So our company is Positive Vibes Incorporated, www.positivevibes.net. That's www.positivevibes.net. We've been performing for over 25 years and we would love to bring our expertise and our fun to your special event. Positive Vibes Incorporated, www.positivevibes.net. Peace and prosperity.
Welcome back to Black Wall Street Today on Smooth 88.1 WHOV.
Welcome back. It's Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham. We're talking now with Miss Nikki Porcher. I hope I didn't butcher it. She is the founder of Buy From a Black Woman, an advocate for Black women that has a list of accomplishments. We're really going to talk now about her efforts to continue this particular movement. Welcome, Nikki. How are you?
Hey, Blair. How are you?
Did I butcher your last name?
You didn't butcher it, but it's pronounced Porcher. It's okay.
Porcher. See, I started to go with Porcher. Because you just love names. Anyway, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for the work that you are doing in this space. I'm gonna share screen for the benefit of those that are joining online. Incredible website here. Talk a little bit about this work, the mission that you're on, and then we'll get to the loan fund later.
And see, I thought I was sharing my screen, so that's why I was.
Oh no, I'm sharing my screen.
But no, Buy From From Black Women, we are a nonprofit organization. We empower, inspire, and educate Black women business owners and the people who support them. So our motto is, when you support a Black woman business owner, you support a whole community, because in essence, the Black women are the ones who are uplifting, putting our communities together. So supporting Black women business owners, supporting whole communities, that's what we're doing. We were established in 2016. I'm located here in Atlanta, Georgia. I went to an event and I was the only Black woman there. And I thought that was crazy, because here's an event of entrepreneurs selling things, and people are paying for their services, and there were no Black women represented. I was like, I have to do something. So I took what I called the Buy from a Black Woman Challenge, something I just created, where I was seeking out Black women business owners and buying from them once a week, and then blogging about it. The blog took traction. People were finding it, sharing it with their friends and families and loved ones. And Black women who were business owners, they reached out to me and they were like, hey, I see your blog. How do I get on your blog? But in turn, other people were like, I see the work you're doing. How can I support your mission? Two things that you learn in a nonprofit is that you want people to support your mission with money, but also you want people to spread the word about you and bring awareness to what you're doing. So the formula was already there. I had a background in nonprofit prior to working 7 years in the nonprofit sector. I said, this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, my purpose. Let me do this. And if it's easy for me to do, then I know I'm doing it correctly. And it's been 5 years and we have not stopped since.
Wow, congrats to you. Super duper exciting. Just, grateful. Obviously, the statistics regarding Black women in entrepreneurship, very interesting, right? I read just this morning, 20% of women entrepreneurs in the country are Black women. Black women are the fastest growing segment of entrepreneurs. But as you sort of highlighted, they're doing it with only marginal success, right? They're leaving corporate positions where they're making six figures. They're coming into entrepreneurship, not necessarily getting the funding that they need, not necessarily gaining the traction that they need in order to really do what they were doing when they were working corporate, right? Just in terms of maintaining the family and so forth. So I really, I took a liking when I learned about your loan fund, because I recognize that's an important piece, right? So talk a little bit about the loan fund, how it works, and that part of it.
And one thing I want people to know, like when I started Buy from a Black Woman back in 2016, having a loan fund was not even something I thought about, something I considered. I didn't even know it was something that was possible. So for those of you who are business owners who are like, I'm not sure how to get started, you just have to start, because you never know where your journey is going to take you. We started off with grants, and the more and more I realized that the education was lacking when it comes to Black women business owners. That's one of the things that really is putting behind the 8 ball of what it means to actually have a business to sustain in the market. You have to have money, you have to have capital, and learning that the banks have put so many different systems in place to ensure that Black people, Black women are not getting ahead. I knew, all right, now I have to do something, right? So the loan fund came about when last year we saw so many banks helping businesses, but the Black businesses were not getting the help or the resources that they needed. When it came to the COVID relief fund, the PPP, the SBA, the rules were changing every other day, basically, for those who wanted to apply. We created our own PPP, we call it the Black Women Relief Fund, where we helped 24 businesses, but we knew that we needed to go further. I did some research, learned exactly what it need to actually be a financial institution. And as we are applying and getting prepared to become a community development financial institution, one of those steps is to have a revolving loan fund to show that your mission, your motto, your work is actually working. So that's how the Black Women Loan Fund came to be. We'll be providing microloans to Black women business owners who go through our accelerated education program. We don't want to just give out loans without proper education, without making sure that these Black women are prepared for success, right? It's one thing just to give the money out, but it's another thing to provide the tools and resources that when you do have the money, you know exactly where it needs to go, how you can use it, and then also how you can build not just your personal credit, but also your business credit, which is a very important piece when you have a business. We ensure that you have like your DUNS number. We're helping you get business credit cards and all that stuff. So it's not just a loan fund. It's actually us making sure that you have all the proper tools and resources to maintain your business as a Black woman business owner.
Yeah. And that's definitely part of the beauty of the CDFI, right? Providing that technical assistance, because again, money's not the only gap, right? Money's really only a gap because of the education gap. So you don't even have to withhold dollars from us if we've withheld the information, right? So just wraparound care. I love this work. You and I have a good bit in common. So I'm super duper excited. I'm like, I'm going to connect with her after the show because I need to be talking to her at least once a month.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Very cool. So the online directory, right? So this is the consumer side of your work.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Going back to where people are like, oh my goodness, I want to support Black businesses, but I don't know who makes X, Y, Z, right? The Black Women Business Directory, the online directory, we showcase businesses. We have over 500 businesses on our directory, right? Just sharing your screen, you gonna make your email public?
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But we got all different levels of emails, including emails just for,
Yeah. See, that's the security in me. So you see, I've really been out here just making sure all security because of the loan fund. I'm learning new levels of security.
Of everything, right?
Right. Yeah. So the Black Women Online Directory, we have over 500 businesses. And these businesses range from, we do have our Black women apparel companies, but we have engineers. We have people who create business plans for you, those who can actually install heating and cooling systems. Like what you need, we have on this online directory is by a Black woman business owner. So we're taking away that tired excuse of, I don't know where to find a business by a Black woman, or I don't know a Black woman who makes something that's outside the realm. Go on to buy from Black Women Directory. You will find it on it. Like there's no reason, there's no excuse not to support or buy from a Black woman.
So exciting. Yes. So buy from a blackwomandirectory.org, right? If you're looking for Black women to support, buy from a blackwomandirectory.org. Was that right?
Yes.
All kinds of items on here too. I mean, as was mentioned, services, apparel. This is phenomenal.
This is our Inspire store, and we call it the Inspire store because we want you to inspire other people to support and buy from Black women. So all of our apparel is to help you spread the word of conscious consumerness and help spread the word of why it's important to support and buy from Black women. So we do have things for sale from us, and we do, of course, have the business owned and operated by Black women as well that you could buy too.
Candles, decor, furniture, beauty, food and drink, skincare, health and wellness. Concentrated primarily in Atlanta, or a lot of these things nationwide?
So I live in Atlanta, but wherever you see a Black woman business owner, that's where Buy From Black Women is. So all these businesses are all across the globe. I'm not just saying just the country. I'm saying the globe intentionally, because we even do have some businesses on the directory that are, in London and in the Mid-Eastern Asian area as well. So we're literally all over the place. It's so funny. There was a woman who's part of the community, and she sent me a picture yesterday, and she was, in DC on holiday, and she's like, I'm visiting the store, blah, 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 blah. She's like, I went to the register, and there was a Buy From a Black Woman sticker. Now, I don't know this Black woman at all. I don't know the store. I have no affiliation with her, but she had the sticker on her register saying hey, I'm a Black woman business owner. You need support. And it's just people understand the importance of supporting Buy From Black women, the importance of supporting Black women business owners. And it's one of those things that we were able to grow our traction because of the work that we're doing. I always tell the business owners, you have to do the work. The work will speak for you. I don't just wake up and things happen because I'm working, right? The same thing when it comes to owning and operating a business. You have to do all the legwork, the lazy work, the unsexy work, the work that nobody else wants to do in order
the work that nobody wants to do, the work that nobody else sees, all of that work. Yeah.
So unfortunate that with social media, people think it's just airplanes and checks, and it's just not that simple, not that easy. There's so many other steps you have to do, and that's why we make sure that education is a big component when it comes to the Buy From Black Women community, because not only do we want to educate our business owners, but we also want to educate the consumers on the importance of spending your money where it can be properly represented and distributed to help you and your community.
Mm-hmm.
Are you shopping right now, Blair?
Halfway. I'm looking, I'm thinking, I'm kind of making some mental notes about some folks that I want to come back and check out. But really, I'm just showcasing this smorgasbord of Black woman businesses that are concentrated on the Buy from a Black Woman Directory.org website. This is just really, really, really exciting to me. So we know that the loan fund is becoming a CDFI, and that's probably the what's now, what's next for you. What else is on the horizon for the organization?
So this summer, we are going on tour. We just launched a partnership with H&M, the retail company, and we'll be touring 15 cities across the country to bring light and awareness to Black women business owners. So we'll actually be doing pop-ups in H&M's, bringing Black women business owners inside those stores so they can share to the H&M consumers and clients about their businesses. We'll be announcing the cities on Friday, matter of fact, on Good Friday, we'll be announcing the cities that we're going to. But again, 15 cities and over the span of 26 days. So the whole month of July, me and my team will be traveling literally from coast to coast. We're starting in Atlanta and we're ending in LA just to visit with Black women business owners, to bring awareness to Black women business owners, to educate Black women business owners, and also to educate the communities on the businesses that are right there in the communities that they can support. So very excited about that.
That's huge. Congratulations on the partnership.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just one of those things, like we are very intentional about our partnerships. Like we have conversations before we even say yes, and then more conversations before we even announce. We want to make sure like whoever we're partnering with understands that first we say Black women over here. Like that's first and foremost. We are here for Black women, for Black people, for Black businesses. So we want to make sure whoever we partner with understands that as well. And then also, we put Black women first. So if it does not center Black women, if it does not benefit Black women, we don't want any parts of it. We are here for Black women. We are here to make sure people support it and hear and see, and of course, buy from Black women. So that's our mission. That's our cause. That's our mantra. That's the name. So this partnership is really bringing light to all the Black women business owners who are not being seen, heard, or supported. Even those who are not even in the immediate Buy from a Black woman community will benefit as well, because once you hear Buy from a Black woman, the first thing you're going to think about is a Black woman business owner that you know in your immediate circle. And then your next action step is going to go out and buy and support that Black woman business owner. So, we always want the businesses to join the directory. We do have an application process. We do a screening to ensure. It is so funny. My team member, she emailed me this morning. She's like, hey, these are 3 businesses. 2 were owned by Black men and 1 was owned by a white man who tried to sneak on the directory because they know people are coming to the directory. Like the directory has been mentioned in so many publications, and our traffic is just getting generated because people want to buy from Black women. And they also know our directory is a prime resource for that. So we do our job to make sure like these businesses are owned and operated by Black women, right? But of course, if you are unable to join the directory, just be part of the community. Like you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can sign up for our emails just like Blair did, or just look out for us coming to a city near you.
Exciting, Nikki. I'm delighted to meet you today. Got about 2 minutes. I know we've been highlighting how to connect throughout, but if there's anything you want to share in closing in terms of points of connectivity, then by all means do that.
So you can join our email site. Again, follow us on socials. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, under Buy from a Black Woman. If you are a Black woman business owner, or even if you're not a Black woman business owner, we do have tons of resources for you to help you grow and sustain and market your business. You can always check those out under the Educate tab on our website. Also, we do have our own dedicated Buy from a Black Woman TV website. Is bfabw.tv. Once a month, we have experts that use our platform to educate. So anything from trademark to making sure you have your sales tax and how to design for your website. Even we have an accountability Sunday to help you plan out your month. We have resources for you to help you grow and sustain and market your business. You can check that out. And if you just want to connect, I'm also on the World Wide Web too, under A Black Woman. I'm true to my name, true to my brand. So you can find me at A Black Woman on Instagram, and my website is A Black Woman's website. So, there's that as well.
A Black Woman's website. Well, it's me, right? I love it. Appreciate the conversation and definitely appreciate the content and the effort and the alignment. Just excited to see where it goes. I think about, so we founded Black Brand, which developed Black Wall Street Today in 2016 as well. And one of the things I've shared, people are asking me, now about everything that's taken place socially and politically. And I've just expressed a lot of gratitude that we already existed as a 501c3 nonprofit kind of prior to, with all the corporate and philanthropic and government support around this initiative to empower the Black business community. I just feel like there's never been a better time to be doing the work that we're doing. And so I'm grateful to share the space with you, actually.
Thank you.
No doubt.
You said earlier, you have to do the work. People might think, now, or I'm seeing you everywhere, but this 5 years of you doing
5 years, man. It's 5 years. Not to mention the time we put in before, we were researching and learning and realizing what all of that. But anyway, we're completely out of time. My producer is wrap it up. I just want to thank you. And I definitely want to thank our sponsors, Black Women, Milestone Mental Health Agency, as well as Apex Financial Group of Virginia and the COO team. A huge thank you to our corporate sponsors at Fulton Bank, Atlantic Union Bank, and Truist Bank. Love the content from Samuel Varner. You can get more information, samsfinancialcorner.com. Definitely check out the book, Developing the Workforce of You. Thank you, Mr. Michael Gray and Nikki Porcher with, I got it right that time, buyfromablackwoman.org, Instagram, Facebook, Buy From a Black Woman. And thank you to the Black Wall Street Today community. We appreciate you being here. This is all about building minds, building connections, and forging the path ahead toward business success. We'll talk soon.
Thank you for tuning in.
Talk soon. This show is brought to you by the consulting services of Positive Vibes Incorporated. We do credit fixes, we do debt restructuring, and we put money in the pockets of real estate investors. So give us a call. We can fix your credit. We can restructure your debt. And if you're a real estate investor, I would love to put thousands of dollars into your pockets. 757-932-0177. That's 757-932-0177.
Phenomenal. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram. And then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said and I will continue to say that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party.
Hey, yo, when I say Black